Hello, everyone. Jojo, Naren. It is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023, and this is Lunchtime Persona. A little early because I needed to be at lunch. How are y'all doing today? I hope it's well. Let's switch over to here while the game starts up, and hopefully it will start capturing soon. Kotone has a thought. Murder. Murder, huh? Anytime now, game. Okay, let's see. We all know it's the only thought she has. Probably true. Anytime now, game. There we go. OBS, really good at detecting full screen applications. Actually, apparently Persona Q2 includes her and does some interesting writing for her. Really? I'm really looking forward to playing the Q games, which we're going to do after we play Persona 3 and 4, and probably after Etrian Odysseys. I'm really looking forward to playing them. That screenshot was from me messing around in Sintra trying to figure out exactly how well they would stream. And the answer is pretty good, probably. All right. Let's go ahead and load up our Kotone. Our note before it said murder said go study more, so let's do that. I always forget that you can do it from the desk. You're tired. You don't seem to be feeling well. Well, I guess we'll just go to bed in that case. Tangentially related, speaking of 3DS games, any familiarity with Crimson Shroud? Yeah, that was part of that series of games. There was Crimson Shroud and Attack of the Sunday Monsters. For the longest time, the only My Summer game that we got, right? And Weapon Shop de Yomase, was it? Anyway, I got all those. I like Crimson Shroud, just hucking whole handfuls of dice around. Like many games that you ask me about and I say I own, I didn't play all that much of it. It's on my 3DS right now, waiting for me to play it sometime. The Persona Q uses the Nintendo keys, so I'm just going to be all confused here. You're no longer running a fever. Good. Today is Showa Day. There's no school. Didn't there used to be like a little text on the screen that went beep 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 beep? It's neat, but the combat is getting a little sloggy already. Yeah. Yo, Junpei here. You got some time? It's okay. Hey, want to do something today? Since you have the magician persona Nekomata, you might be able to come even closer. What should you do? Accept the offer. All right, I'll be waiting downstairs then. Wakatsu at the Todai Strip Mall. Whew, that was great. I can't eat anymore. Junpei seems satisfied. But man, you ate a lot too. You ordered the same stuff as me, right? How in the world did all that fit inside your thin body? Junpei's looking at you, impressed. Remember how I told you the other day that there are guys that are interested in you? I bet they'd be shocked if they saw how much you can eat. Meh, like I care. Or you got a problem with that? Oh, we're gonna go for meh. You got a point. Worrying about stuff like that'll just ruin the good food you're eating. Also, you seem so happy when you're eating. It makes me feel good watching you. Junpei is laughing. Your friendship is a lot stronger now. It's getting late. You decide to go back to the dorm. It being Wednesday, we can go work at the cafe. Let's try that out. Town map. Paulownia Mall. Chagall Cafe. Yep, we'll work part-time. I'm just going to go and turn notifications off in the Xbox app. Paulownia Mall, Chagall Cafe. You sweated it out while working in part-time as a waitress. You were given a cup of the cafe's signature pheromone coffee during your break. Charm has increased. Wow, is this like free pheromone coffee? You try to see how many plates you could hold at once. Your courage has increased. Obtain 2,500 yen for working part-time. Alright, head back to the dorm. And it's Thursday, the 30th. Mr. Ono again. Let's see. Today's lecture will cover the ancient tombs. I don't know, do any of you think this is relevant? I mean, I can make better tomb decorations than the ancients. I can't wait until we get to the Sengoku area. It's so exciting. Sengoku era. Speaking of the Sengoku era, there was a general who was called the War Hawk of the battlefield. The teacher keeps talking about the Sengoku era. You feel tired. Close your eyes for a few minutes? No. And that's how the period came to be known as the Sengoku area. Huh? You want to hear more about the ancient tombs? Well, if you insist, study the Katora tomb in Nara because it'll go on the exam. You stayed up and listened to the lecture. Your academics have increased. It's a Velvet Room theme. Hello, this is Theodore. Please come to the Velvet Room. There is a matter we need to discuss. You may use the alternate entrance located in Paulownia Mall. All you must do is find the door. I'll see you soon. The phone call has ended. Alright, town map. Paulownia Mall. Back alley. Velvet Room. I'm sorry to call for you like this. To tell the truth, there is a favor I'd like to ask of you. If you don't mind, would you please accept my requests? Some missions will be special and require you to escort me around, but of course, there will be a suitable reward upon completion of the request. I wish to see your strength with my own eyes. Well then, I will anxiously await your assistance in these matters. You're now able to accept Theo's requests. How may I help you? Accept requests, I guess. Undertake a quest. Bring me pine resin. I would like some pine resin used by the archery club members. 5-2 will most likely be your chance to obtain it. Bring me a Juzumaro. From the first block of Thebel, the Juzumaro. I would like to visit Paulownia Mall. I'd like to sip a muscle drink. Retrieve the first old document from the top of the first block. Okay. Retrieve one beetle shell. Defeat Defeat grave beetles on floors 6 to 15 of the first block, Thebble, to retrieve 1 beetle shell. I should have beetle shells, like, in my inventory. Will you accept this request? Yes. The deadline is 5/7. They've all got numbers. Retrieve the first old document. Okay, that's number 2. Yes. And I'd like to sip a muscle drink. We can do that because we can just buy one. This quest doesn't have a deadline, but I recommend that you complete it before too long. Okay. Talk. Quest basics. I'm not going to twist your arm into accepting my requests. The rewards are given upon completion of the requests. The decision to accept them or not is up to you. I can say, though, that the rewards are all quite valuable. It would behoove you to consider accepting the requests I offer. I will add new requests periodically, and completing some will lead to others becoming available. I suggest that you check the request list for new quests whenever you accomplish something. For some requests, you must defeat specific enemies and return to me with proof. In those cases, I'll need a part of the enemy's body as evidence of your victory. These items are of little worth and easily overlooked unless you are actively seeking them. Therefore, please make sure you accept a request before you try to fulfill it. Okay. Pine resin. Alright. Let's go get a muscle drink and come back and see how it goes. Alright, dude. Buy a muscle drink. It seems you've completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. My, is that... So this is a muscle drink. It has a rather shocking color. Thank you very much. I look forward to tasting it. Now, about your reward. I've prepared something you are well accustomed to. I believe it will help you relax, even during battle. Please take this as your reward. Obtained an Angora sweater. Is there anything else I can assist you with? All right. Oh, wow. That's a heck of a bump for 1,000 yen. Yes, please. Now me and Nekomata match. Okay. I guess we can show him around the mall, right? Accept request. Undertake a must visit Polonia Mall. Yes. The deadline is 5/31. Now, game the phrasing of this. All right. Thank you very much. Well then, please lead the way. Polonia Mall.
So this is the Polonia Mall. Indeed, it's exactly as I imagined.
Despite these words, Theo's eyes are clearly glimmering with excitement. Are you excited to be here? What did you expect?
I'm not that easily amused.
Theo is mumbling.
What is that over there?
Theo is pointing to the water fountain. So very 2D, flat, much like myself.
An aqueous duct in a place like this? The dwellers of this world must get thirsty easily.
I don't think that's it.
I know its true purpose, of course. Why, it's meant to wash one's hands.
If you say so.
Aha! I knew from the start.
Theo is acting proud for some reason.
And what, pray tell, is this facility here?
Theo headed toward the police station.
These photographs. Most wanted. Reward. I see. So the concept of subjugation requests is not unknown here.
Well, we don't kill them. I mean, they do kill them, but we're not supposed to kill them.
Huh? Well, in that case, you must have to capture them alive. Only a skilled hunter could accomplish it.
Theo is nodding triumphantly.
If there are hunters of such talent in this world as well, I may want to make a few requests of my own. But on second thought, perhaps not. I already have you, our finest guest, for that. What is that? Could this be Club of Rumor?
Rumor?
Yes, I heard no end of it. Dancers, dictated by the sway of one's inner passions, a subterranean garden of uninhibited spectacle. Though this marks my first time seeing it in person. Well then, let us venture in. It's closed? This can't be.
Theo is in utter shock.
It seems I have no choice but to turn back.
Theo is slightly tearing up. You decide to show him the arcade.
Arcade? A series of arches? All right. Let us investigate.
Theo is staring at the crane game placed in front of the arcade.
Bird controlling game? The things inside this case. Those are birds? They look to my eye more like stuffed animals made of cloth. Is this, then, a simulator to practice catching real cranes?
Theo is lost in thought.
Excuse me, I note another aquatic pool over here.
Theo headed toward the fountain in the corner of Polonia Mall. He seems restless for some reason. He's looking around as well. He abruptly stuck his hand into the water.
It's 8 degrees Celsius.
You can tell? Is that important? Is that what you came for? We'll go with you can tell.
Of course I can.
Theo seems proud.
Shall we be on our way? I'd hate to keep you out for too late. This world has its charms. I would relish the chance to visit it again sometime. Thank you very much for today.
No problem. Thank you for answering my request. Well then. Thank you for showing me around Polonia Mall. I asked my master to install a fountain into the Velvet Room when I returned. Unfortunately, he refused before I even finished asking the question. I'm currently negotiating with him to at least set up a crane catcher machine. Now, as for a reward, I've prepared something special. With this, you can fuse Huapo. She's a charming persona, combining the looks of a sweet girl with powerful abilities. Please take this as your reward. Obtain small Cheongsam. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Let's look at the quest list. Okay. Juzumaru is just... Okay. We can do that. Quest doesn't have a deadline, but do it before too long. And then pine resin, which is the one we need to make a note for. Let's see. Where's the Persona book? Here we go. Oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. That is, after all, what that's all for. I do wish that the game would keep going in the background. All right. I'm giving even chances I still forget. You can only have 3 requests open at once. Excellent. Okay. Same stuff. We haven't gone to the shrine at all. Josia, the water looks crystal clear. A divine tree? It's a huge tree. Inari? It's some Inari sushi. When you join hands and wish in front of the small shrine, you can give away one of your skill cards and receive 2 in return 5 days later. Join your hands? No. It's an offertory box. By leaving money in the offertory box, your academics will increase. If you're in great condition, the increase will be even higher. Time will pass. Would you like to leave a donation? Yeah. Insert 100 yen. You've left a donation. Your academics has increased.
Welcome back.
Alright, so we'll save the game. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, just like it is. Spike this open. Thursday. Is the bookstore closed? Town map. Oh yeah, we can only go to Paulownia Mall. We were just there. Well, I mean, since I'm on the save menu, even though we just saved. Alright, the TV, there's nothing good on. Your regular face, so let's study a little bit. Alright, enough study. Friday, May 1st. And so, as that person put it. Yikes, we're at school already? That reminds me, it's gotten so warm lately. Well, I guess today is the start of May, after all. Time flies. Really? Time does fly. Seriously, a lot's happened. You know, it doesn't seem like the number of apathy syndrome cases has been decreasing lately. We're the only ones who can fight shadows, so I guess we should train more, so we're ready if anything like that comes up again. Me especially. I don't want to be a burden on everyone else. Oh, come on, let's go.
FYI, Akihiko-san's at the hospital getting a checkup. He called me earlier and asked me to bring him something. Yep, he knows who to count on.
He only asked you because you don't have anything else to do after school.
Hey, I resent that.
I'm just kidding. So, what do you want you to bring?
The class roster for 2E.
What's he want that for? Well, I don't have practice today, so I'll go with you. You're coming too, right?
Definitely.
Cool.
Wait a minute.
What? Is there a problem?
Well, it was me he asked.
Tatsumi Memorial Hospital, and we get the serious music. An unfamiliar young man is here sitting on the bed instead of Akihiko. Visitor.
Is Akihiko-senpai in this room, by any chance?
What are all of you guys doing here?
We came to see you, or I came along with them?
I'm just here for a checkup.
Is that it, Aki?
Yeah, thanks.
I don't have time for this shit.
Okay.
You. Never mind.
Who was that?
A friend from school, sort of. You know how the number of apathy syndrome cases have been increasing? Well, he knows a few people who are suffering from it, so I was asking him about it. Hey, Junpei, did you bring what I asked?
Of course, senpai.
Sorry for the trouble. Well then, let's get going.
You shouldn't move your arm.
Yeah, it's nothing. I've wasted enough time already. I need to get back to my training.
The best character in this game, Junpei. Even compared to me, especially compared to you.
By the way, senpai, why boxing?
You mean, why did I choose that sport? Well, it's not the sport itself I like. I just wanted to learn how to fight. I know what it's like to feel powerless, and I don't want to feel that way again. Besides, I'm curious to see how strong I can get. It's like a game, only I'm competing against myself.
Well,
Okay.
that's an interesting way of looking at it. You know, I'm into games too.
Yeah, video games.
Oh, but I like fighting games too.
Whatever.
Welcome back.
A long weekend is coming up, so I suggest we go to Tartarus. It may take some time for Akihiko to fully heal, and I don't want anything like that to happen again. Besides, the number of victims seems to have been increasing. I have a bad feeling about that. We had best muster as much strength as we can. Okay. The TV. Man on the Street interviews. Tell us, how are you spending your Golden Week this year? And that's the latest word from the man on the street. Now, back to the studio for more news. Do you think that person who was in Akihiko's room is his friend? Yeah, I think so. No, I don't think so. You shouldn't pry. Oh no? Then I wonder how they know each other. Akihiko said that guy goes to our school, but I've never seen him there before. Alright, Junpei. The tactic act freely lets us do whatever we want. So don't worry. Heal, support, attack, whatever you need. We got your back. Huh? Which enemy would we attack first? The one that's about to die, of course. Listen, if you don't know what to do, just choose act freely. Okay. Everyone all right? All right. So we'll go to Tartarus. Okay. It doesn't give you a list of the requests. So I probably should write these down. Luckily we can go in here. Accept request. Undertake. So Juzumara from Thebel. An old document from the top of the first block. And a beetle shell. Which is from Thebel, 6 to 15. All right. I thought there was a list you could check somewhere. Then again, maybe I'm misremembering. I think you're never really all that far from the Velvet Room at points where you might like to check. Yep, wrong button. Who knows? I do like to write things down anyway. So, what would you like to do? Save, please. Alright, let's go. Resume from the 12th floor or start from the 2nd floor. We'll resume from 12th. Okay. As far as I remember, the Beatles weren't running.
One enemy.
Speak of.
Use wind. The enemy.
Wind. Can do. Okay. Let's switch personas. Yep, it's Angel.
One enemy remains.
I summon you!
You exploited the enemy's
Here's a
weakness.
chance. Let's get him.
Yep.
Back here, you son of a... Here's a chance. Let's get him. Get back here, you son of a...
Okay. wand. Extra experience and beetle shell. Got an achievement. Fashion plate. Fight a battle in costume. A rare treasure. Containing a magic mirror. So the Phantom in a dead end.
Three enemies present. Don't get careless.
Okay, Persona back to Negabata, right?
There are two left.
Awesome!
I summon you.
Another enemy defeated. Good
One
job.
more. I summon you.
Okay. This one. The wand. Dispoison, nice. All right. The staircase it is. I detect a great source of power somewhere above you. It's stronger than the one I sensed before. Stay alert. Okay.
A surprise attack. Prepare for battle.
Here's our chance. Let's get him! Get back here, you son of a...
All right, we use Agaru.
Here's our chance for an
And again with the
all-out
all-out attack. Shuffle time. All right. Yeah, but it didn't have a death's head on it.
One enemy detected.
It really wants to make sure that I can get one of these beetles. All right.
You exploited the enemy's
Here's our
weakness.
chance. Let's get him!
You're darn right I
Here,
did.
you son of a...
One enemy remains.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack. Let me at him.
Okay. Nothing is cursed. Let's get the sword. 2, 3.
3 enemies present. Don't get careless. It seems to have multiple weaknesses.
Garu and Bufu.
Roger. I'll attempt to analyze the enemy. It seems to have multiple weaknesses. 3 enemies
Sure.
remain.
All right.
I summon you!
There are 2 left.
Get him!
Another enemy defeated.
Yeah.
Good job.
Persona. No, sorry. Persona. Nakamata. Pretty sure those guys don't like Augie. Shuffle time. All right, so there we go. 540 yen.
Surprise attack. Prepare for battle.
Help me! Here's our chance for an all-out attack! Throw me at him!
Oh, I guess Yusuke's still knocked out. Or he wasn't close enough to us?
One enemy remains.
I summon you!
Yes, the enemy
Here's
is
our
vulnerable.
chance for an all-out attack! Throw me at him!
Squirming under the shell is what gets me. Okay. 1, 2, 3. A wood stick. I should go and sell all these useless weapons. Where have you been? Alright. How are we doing? Still pretty good. We'll go up a floor. I detect one shadow in this floor's central area. It's relatively strong, so be cautious. Alright. You could win. I'm certain of it.
It seems you've attracted the Guardian's attention. Its arcana is the Chariot.
Alright, let's try a little Garu. And Augie.
That one just won't die.
Pierce.
Pierce attacks aren't working!
Nope. Okay, so need a physical. Does that mean even cleave?
Crap.
Yep.
Slash attacks are out.
Okay. So Garu.
This thing won't give up!
We'll switch personas to Apsaras. try Bufu.
I summon you.
Takeba is in danger.
Check this out. That one just won't die.
Takeba is dizzy.
Okay, so we'll use medicine on her.
Here.
Takeba is in danger.
Medical powder.
Why, you little.
And let's use a Dia
Hang in there.
there.
I summon you.
Check this out.
Okay, we're not doing bad.
That one just won't die.
Hang in there. I summon you.
Tarakaja.
Check this out. Yeah, I couldn't finish it off.
Yep. Here for Yukari.
Persona.
Not good. Takeba's down.
Well, we have a revival bead. And some medical powder.
Here.
Iori is in danger.
All right. So a Dia for
Hang in
him.
there.
Check this out.
Kagi.
Damn, I couldn't finish it off.
Here.
Sweet!
Takeba is in danger.
Why, you little. Help me.
Okay, Dia. Still early times as far as the boss battle goes.
Damn, I couldn't finish it off.
I summon you.
Hey, are you all right?
All right. Time to use something with a side effect, an odd morsel.
Check this out. Damn, I couldn't finish it off.
Persona.
Well, thank you for using Tarakaja now. And there we go.
That was a close one.
Balm of life, a surge of energy because we leveled up. Balm of Life, and a Soma. And the 16th floor. The structure of the next floor seems to be different. See what you can find out. Dispoison. Okay. Supposed to get a couple of
Two
things
distressed
here,
enemies
so.
detected.
Alright. Change back to Nekomata. Little fire.
Yes, excellent attack.
Nice!
And there we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nope, too late, but at least we got coins. 740 yen is not bad. This is a tiny floor. Okay, I am no good at catching those gold ones. Alright, I kind of expected there to be an old document on this floor, but it's a dead end. Good work. Return to the entrance. Old document. A description of the document can be read in the glossary. Here at the top of the dungeon, I need a minute, so I'm just going to leave you here, and I'll be right back. I'm back with a new drink. All right. In the glossary, you say, huh? System. Oh, there it is. Quest. Now, Juzumaru. It just says from Thebel, but we've been all the way through Thebel without getting one. It's okay. It does not have a due date, but this document and Beetle Shell ones do, and we're ready. Old document 01. The electricity's hooked up. But why do they need so much? There's only a school on this island. Glug, 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 indeed. I started stream with only half a bottle, so... Alright. Well, that's interesting and much more succinct than I thought it would be. Let's take a look at this. The path to the next floor is blocked. You can't go any further. I can't. Okay, I'm not going to comment on the strange signpost thing. Alright. Here's a warp. Are you ready to return to the entrance? Return. It's a little annoying how much they want you to just rerun the procedurally generated dungeon levels. Yep. That's why I'm so cautious about what I heard about the procedurally generated levels in Labyrinth of Galeria. Roger that. Okay, here we are. So, Velvet Room. Accept request. Seems you completed a request. I see you've brought one beetle shell as I requested. Thank you. What do I want it for? I'm sure you can think of something. Please take this as your reward. 12,000 yen. Seems you completed another request. Well done. You managed to retrieve the first old document in time. Have you read it yet? I found it quite interesting. You really should take a look at it if you haven't already. Please take this as your reward. Obtained a bead chain. A bead chain? A bead chain is a super nice reward. Okay. Is there anything else I can assist you with? Sure. I want to undertake this. Bring me pine resin. Yes. And I have a note. 5-2 pine resin, and today is 5-1. I look forward to your next visit. Okay. Okay, I think we're done with Tartarus for the night. Yep, we'll return to the dorm. Sorry, glug 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 and all that. At least when the enemies start running from you, you can just tell your party members to explore on their own and they'll bring you any treasures they find. That's pretty nice. You overhear a conversation. Gossiping student. Golden Week starts tomorrow. Have you got any plans? Loud student. Not really, but I'm not going to miss tomorrow's show. Oh yeah, you mean Tanaka's show, right? When I hear that jingle, I can't resist buying something. Oh good, home shopping. I never miss it when it's on Sunday afternoons. I'm about to go broke. The first bell has rung. Alright, it's 5-2. We need to visit the archery club for some pine resin. Classes ended for today. First floor laboratory hallway. Near the clubs. Across the walkway. Pool. Field. Tennis. This is volleyball. Swim. Okay. Lab, art, science, music, home ec, the main lobby. Alright, so on the second floor, what do we get? The emergency exit, the rooftop. PA room, student council, 2E and F. I do not know where the archery club meets. Well, time to hunt around, I guess. School entranceway? But I don't think there's any exits out here except for the one going back in. Yep, we checked these. Up the stairs. Student council. Rooftop flower bed. Everyone I know is in a club, but I just can't be bothered to join one. They all say I'll make a lot of friends and all that, but I say whatever. I'm gonna do what I want to do. The Go Home Club is probably what I would be into, dude. Okay. Alright. It might be available when you go back to the dorm for the evening, but don't hold me to that. I think you have to find Yukari for it. I haven't seen her anywhere. Alright, we'll check our classroom again, which is a good excuse to save. Not Yukari. Okay. So we'll save the game. We'll go to the town map. And to the strip mall. And we'll hang out in the bookstore. That's strange. I swear I left it around here, but I can't seem to find it. Looking for something? Katani? How'd you know I was looking for something? Are you psychic? Lukichi seems rather surprised. I'm looking for my glasses. No, not my glasses. My wallet. I can't seem to find it. I hope you find it. I'll help look for it. I'll help. Wow, you really can read minds. I was just thinking it'd be nice if someone gave us a hand. He seems rather surprised. You search for the wallet with Bunkichi and Mitsuko. Where could it be? Wait, what were we looking for? Voice. Konnichiwa, hello. Mysterious foreigner. I found this on the ground outside. Is it yours? I might read the words out phonetically, but I refuse to do the French that they're clearly going for. The mysterious foreigner handed a wallet to Bunkichi. Wow, this is it! I've been looking everywhere for this wallet. Well, it's not a golden wallet, but I'm still happy to have it back. Mysterious foreigner, again. Sumimasen, excuse me. Do the accent. Okay. I know that's not what you meant. Excusez-moi. Aren't you the transfer student everyone is talking about? I go to the same school, Gekkokan. Nice to meet you. I came here from France to study abroad. My name is André Laurent Jean Gouraud. But they call me Baby. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hashime Mashite. It is nice to meet you too. I work in the home economics room every day. If you get bored, come say hello. I hope to see you there. Sayonara and goodbye. Baby has left the store. Well, he seemed like an interesting young man. I thought I put it in my wallet so I wouldn't lose it. Ah, here it is. I knew it was in here. Dear, is that the key for... Come on, dear, you know what it is. It's the key for our son's car. Sinkatone reminded me of how things used to be. I haven't heard the roar of the engine in a long time. How do I look, dear? Please don't. Why must you get into a car? Do you want me to end up all alone? Alone? Katone-chan, I'm sorry for raising my voice. Did I scare you? Our son, remember what I told you? How he passed away. On the way home from work, he got into an accident. He was hit by a dump truck driver who was drunk on the job. I'm sorry to hear that. Katone, please slap me. Slap me for being an insensitive fool. With all my excitement, I forgot to consider how my wife might feel. I'm such a... It seems like Bunkichi feels guilty. Bunkichi and Mitsuko told you the truth about their son's death. Your relationship is stronger now. Thou! All right. Hierophant rank up. When I played last time, I did not treat ranking up the social links very seriously. Especially, not like I'm doing right now, where I have a list of them and I'm like, okay, it's Saturday. What can I do on Saturday? I spent a lot of time in the dungeon and just kind of hopped around between things. So I'm going to try focusing on things and then finding new ones and see how that goes. We probably should check out the home ec room, though. Only if I can do this outrageous accent some more. Okay, that wandered into Transylvania, but you know what I meant. All right. Hierophant. Why should we let this get us down? Since I found my wallet, why don't we eat out, dear? Thanks for searching with us, Katone. Consider this your allowance. Bunkichi stuffed a medicine into your pocket. Obtained medicine. After saying goodbye to Bunkichi and Mitsuko, you decided to go back to the door.
Sup, dude?
3-day weekend starting tomorrow. I asked some peeps if they wanted to hang out, but the only ones interested were guys. Man, I don't want no sausage fest. I don't mean to interrupt, but need I remind you that midterms are quickly approaching? You had best use your time wisely. You had to remind me. Alright, Yukari. Huh? Pine resin? You need some? Why would I have pine resin? Oh, okay. You mean the powder we use in archery club, right? The yellow stuff? We use it even in practices, so it runs out quick. But I think I have some left. Hang on. Here you go. What did you need it for anyway? Got a bow to take care of? Well, whatever. Obtain pine resin. Alright, so we'll head out. There's somebody right outside our house with apathy syndrome. Not even talking. Town map. Paulownia Mall. Velvet Room. Accept requests. Seems you've completed a request. So this is pine resin. It does smell like freshly cut pine. I never imagined that this is what pine resin would look like. I'm sorry. Please put that away. An old man became your dealer. Rank up! It's just that I've been forced to eat several platefuls of soybean powder before. What? What? Soybean powder it's simply dreadful food. It absorbs all the moisture in your mouth and makes every spoonful an exquisite torture. Please take this as your reward. Obtained a siren song. Is there anything else I can assist you with? No, I'm good. How may I help you? I'm still good. All right. So, siren song. It's equipment. It's a bow. Oh, look, a nice bow. All right. Knowing the other attendants in the Velvet Room, yeah, I could see at least one of them bullying him like that. Maybe. All right. 17,055 yen. Well, that was worth going out of our way to do. We can now get rid of this. We'll keep murder on our mind, though. Oh, hey. That's the wrong one. That's supposed to go on the Start Soon screen, isn't it? Okay, we'll put it there, too. Silly me adding rewards and not remembering what they're for. Whoops. It's okay. All right, so the siren song. Kishido blade. No. Cancel. Body. Angora sweater is the best there. A camo shirt. A rash guard, okay. And the best feet. Already equipped. Okay, we're doing pretty good equipment-wise. Redeemed intrusive thought. Cookies. Okay. Cookies. I just named a source intrusive cookies. That was pretty funny. Okay. There we go. Murder and cookies. Murder cookies. The two great tastes that taste great together. All right. So, and then back to the town map. And back to the dorm. Inside, and it'll probably say, you're tired and went to bed. We'll save that. Go back to our room. Your regular face. It's Saturday, so no home shopping. So we'll just study. Oh. So something happens in the dark hour. Your room. As you were dozing off, you felt someone's presence.
Hi, how have you been? 1 week from now, there will be a full moon. Be careful. A new ordeal awaits you.
Okay. What kind of ordeal?
You will encounter one of them. You must prepare for the ordeal, but time is of the essence. I'm sure you're aware of that, of course. I'll come see you again when it's over. Goodbye for now.
Bye. The boy disappeared. May 3rd. Today is Constitution Day. It's the beginning of Golden Week. You recall that a home shopping program is on TV during lunchtime. All right. So, I'm going to go down here. And save our game. All right, we've run over some, so that's about all the time I have today for Lunchtime Persona. Small child, I'm not sure it's proper for you to be in my room at this hour. That's probably something going on there that means that it's no problem, really. Anyway, what was I saying? Thanks for coming out and supporting the stream. I really appreciate it. The chat and helping me to calm down a bit from being a little annoyed at work. So, next stream, tomorrow noontime. And I'll see you then. Bye.